Now, serious Colorado talk, and I guess they called the show Amp, but I'm saying whatever. Snaps on Amp. I'll ask you this, Aaron. Is Texas Tech better than TCU? Can we play with the law of transitive sports properties here? Because here's what I think. I saw both these teams in Colorado and Oregon play okay Big 12 opponents on the road early on. Both left with very similar close wins. Remember, 38-30, that game was actually even closer than that for Oregon. So the question is, if that is the case, why then are Oregon 21-point favorites here? Like, why does everybody expect Oregon to beat the brakes off of Colorado if we've seen them in similar situations and they performed very similar to one another?
Well, I think there's one massive difference between that week one matchup and now, which is heavily fading the line a little bit. Travis Hunter's not playing. Like, do you remember how good Travis Hunter was in that football game? Like, he shut down half the football field. He had an incredible interception at the goal line. He had over 100 yards in receiving. Like, he was a superstar. He, on that day, was the best college football player in America. And to this day, Travis may be the best college football player in America. You take him off, it's like losing two players. We've talked about this before. You're losing one of the premier receivers in college football, and you're losing maybe the best lockdown corner in college football. That's the big difference. That's what the line's worth at.
Okay,
and I'm not saying that I would feel like better that Colorado had a chance to win the game if Travis was playing, but the line would be closer if he was.
Yeah, but not that much closer, dude. It would still be like
I think he's about 4 points.
18.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying still, if we play with the transitive sports properties of Texas Tech and TCU, like it's not like it still seems like a larger gap than maybe it should. Okay, Bo Nix is an elite quarterback, but you know who else is? Shedeur Sanders is an elite quarterback. Like, is the difference just in the trenches that much, that overwhelming? The fact that it's in Eugene? Okay, so you think it's purely comes down to the lines of scrimmage then?
You have one of the most hostile environments in college football. Eugene is
a great environment.
Nuts. Great environment with a suspect offensive line that's getting up 16 sacks this season. Like, you can't tell me and listen, Shedeur is an incredible playmaker. I love him. Like, we've broken down why he deserves all the attention he's gotten, of why he is a potential to be a top 15, top 10 pick in the NFL draft. Like, he can be creative. He can get in and outside the pocket. He can anticipate. He can get the ball out on time in rhythm. But I just don't know if they're going to be able to create enough explosive plays. Like, can they hold up front to give him even 3 seconds to throw the football? Even 3 seconds. It's hard for me to fathom that they're going to be able to do that on the road versus Oregon. But, like, I think I heard someone else say this earlier today. It may have been Cannell. I thought it was a good point. Like, if you're playing 7-on-7, like, I may take Colorado in the football game. But guess what? We're not playing with flags. We're playing tackle football with 11 players, and you have to play at the line of scrimmage. And
I don't know if I can trust anything Cannell says about Colorado at this point.
He's giving them some props this week, though. He's been a little bit more gentle since
Deion called that man a straight hoe on Twitter. He said, "You are a straight hoe, full stop." Like, so I can't trust anything Danny Cannell says when it comes to Colorado anymore.
That was Deion Jr. I think that was Deion Sanders Jr.
He's lost the thread. Oh, that would make sense, actually, right? Because he's a social media savant there. Maybe not. I don't know.
I can't see Deion saying that first off, anyways.
Yeah, I guess it's true. I mean, he says bull junk and stuff. So, like, maybe not. How about this? Deion says this week, quote, "We haven't played a complete game. We have not played a game where the offense, defense, as well as special teams have all shown up in the same manner. If the offense is playing well, the defense is hot garbage. If the defense is playing well, offense is horrible, and special teams ain't special. So we got to put it all together to be able to defeat a team like Oregon." Can they put it all together, do you think?
I would love for them to. I think every YouTube channel in America would love them to. I don't know.
A lot of anti-Colorado sentiment have thrown their line with Oregon this week.
But this is where I have a problem too. Like, I think people are so ready to jump and just bury Deion and bury Colorado.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't expecting him to win this game 4 weeks ago.
I agree with
you. Like, what has changed? What has changed? Like, if
3-0.
anything,
3-0 with a
I get
superstar
that,
quarterback has
but
changed.
still, like, if they're 3-1, that's a hell of a start to the season. They're 3-2 and they lose to USC next week. Guess what? That's still a hell of a start to the season. Like, why are we so? Because it's Deion. I get it, but I think it's so idiotic that we're not giving this man his due and his praise and his football team all the attention they deserve in a good way. Not because of Deion and just his personality, but by the fact that they put together a team in 6 months and went out there and started the season off 3-0. A team that was 1-11 last year is ranked inside the top 25.
I know.
But instead, we want to be, we're just dying to hit send to say, we told you so, this team ain't real. Like, this Oregon may be a national championship contending football team. You're playing in their home. Mm-hmm. Like, calm down, dude. Like, it's frustrating that people are just mean. Just straight. Like, people are just mean people.
I feel like you signed on to Twitter for the first time, like today, maybe. Like, what do you like? I mean, welcome to the internet. I don't know what else to tell you. Like you are 1,000% correct on everything you just said. And I had kind of similar sentiments this morning, where I accuse, because my producer has been very like anti-prime and Colorado the whole year. He's like, we're gonna finally see if Colorado's any good or not. I'm like, you're moving the goalposts. Like, what are we talking? But
who cares?
But Aaron, at the end of the day, you're engaging in nuance, and nuance has no place on the internet. Okay. You go 3-0, you got a superstar winning quarterback. You got Lil Wayne, the Rock of the game, to the biggest story in college football, to the point where people are sick of you. Of course, they're going to victory lap if Oregon goes and boat races you. Now, I will say this. I think if Colorado keeps it close, that ends up being a win for Colorado. I know Deion won't accept that. I know that the players won't accept it, and they shouldn't. But on the media side, that would take a lot of the wind out of the sails. But there is a massive contingent of people that are just hoping that Oregon, like they have tied their boat to the Oregon Ducks to smash Prime and company.
Yeah. If they keep it close, say they keep it within 17. Say it's a 2-score game, like 16 points, it's 2 touchdowns with 2-point conversions. Does it give you confidence when they welcome home USC the next week that game could be more interesting?
Opinion subjects can change, so I dive back into USC because I've kind of bailed on them since that original San Jose State game. Yeah, I mean, sure, like a team performing above expectation will never make me feel worse about that team. So if Colorado comes out and loses this game by 7, 10, it's close. Then you're going to feel better about Colorado hanging with the big boys. Like, and I think if they win this game, then they are immediately thrust into that tier 1 in the Pac-12 that right now consists of USC, Oregon, Washington, certainly who we love. I think Utah's there, even though they're injured to all hell. We'll keep them in there until they prove to us that they're not. As we talked about yesterday, they got a big one coming up. So, yeah, I think there's a lot to be gained for Colorado this week.
Yeah, listen, I think keys to the game for both sides. Obviously, for Colorado, and we got to talk a little bit about Oregon too. But for Colorado, I think defensively, I think as a team right now, I know they've played up tempo at times this season. Like, get to line of scrimmage, go. I think you want to shorten this game. I think you want to do a lot of drop 8, keep everything in front of you, make Oregon drive the field. Like, the last thing you want is explosive plays. Like, you do not want to get this crowd involved in the game, throwing interceptions, fumbling the football. We saw them have some issues last week. Travis fumbled once. Shedeur threw his first interception. Like, you can't let the crowd take over the football game because it can get ugly fast, and you can't let Oregon score fast. Like, can you shorten it enough to all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, you kind of look up and you're like, holy shit, Colorado's only down by 10. Colorado's only down by 14. Like, now all of a sudden you got Shedeur Sanders, who is, showed us last week that he's got ice in his veins, and maybe he can make something happen in the fourth quarter. Like, this can't be, for Colorado's standpoint, this can't be a track meet. It can't be a track meet because Oregon will I think will pull away in that standpoint. Shorten the game as much as you can. Try to keep it low scoring, which is why I sent you a bet of that under 70 and a half. Because I do think they're going to try to keep this game pretty low scoring it to stay alive at least. And then for Oregon, I think Bo Nix just needs to be Bo. Like, don't try to make the moment too big and feel like it's you versus Shedeur, that you have to have a Heisman moment. Like Bo's played well enough last year and to start the season. And if he just does what Bo Nix does, take care of the football, be creative in and outside the pocket, he's naturally going to have a big time performance that's going to leap him up in the Heisman discussion.
I just can't help but wonder if we've kind of crowned Oregon for no reason when they haven't really done anything that impressive this year. But we'll see. I think that Oregon at home has been very good. They've won 26 of their last 27 games at home. They're only giving up 18.8 per game. The game. Do you know who the only team to win in that streak is? Washington last year, 37-34. Penix was a master. And finally, as you touched on, Aaron, this is the first of a series of badass Pac-12 heavyweight quarterback bouts that we are going to see. Okay.